Makongo really is their offensive threat. I've really enjoyed watching her. Also, number 15, Ungbelenze, at the end there, she is a really big body, a big post player, hard to guard, really good, nice soft touch. Here is the starting lineup.
Well, it's Futila, number 4, Ngobeleza, number 5. Mambenya Tebe gets to start today at point guard. Number 9, Mokongo, Chanel Mokongo you talked about, number 10. And Moganza, who has been like a tractor trailer there. I mean, you get in her way, you better look out because she is strong going to the basket.
And I was happy to see, because I really called upon number 1, Italy Lucas, and Felipe there, which is number 15. They had struggled the game before yesterday. They had 0 points between them, and they really showed up yesterday and really pulled for their team, got the win. So look for those two to play well again, as they're both in the starting lineup.
And you've got Ili Lucas, Felitara George, Rosamira Danielle, Luisa Makuto, and Giandula Felipe in the starting 5.
And George, I think, is a player we should highlight for truly getting better every game, putting some really great possessions, some good shooting, really, really good. I'm impressed. She has definitely one of the players who has got better and better over the grand scheme of things.
Yep. Coach Kiembe will be well aware of that. Papi Kipunka Kiembe.
He is a cool, calm, collective guy. We've seen one outburst from him this whole tournament.
If you want to call it that. He just got a little excited.
Yep.
And what about Apolinario Paquete?
Yeah, he's definitely, he coaches all the way through and helps Angola to the best of their abilities.
He's a little more excitable.
For sure.
But if you can't get excited about your job, you're in the wrong job, surely.
I'm excited to be here, Jeff.
Oh, look who it is. Soraya Dekhedi and Mohammed of the Egyptian Basketball Federation.
She's checking out her highlights of the week.
I think there's no doubt probably she's just sticking her name in social media and it's coming up a gazillion times. Oh, I haven't seen this one. And is that who I think it is on the left? The dead-eyed mid-range jump shooter.
Yeah, 15-footer. Didn't miss at all last game.
I'm going to tell you who it is. It's Mintala Awad.
Sure is.
Mintala Awad was terrific today. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals for Egypt as they finished their tournament on a high.
I did tell her that as I came up the stairs.
Did you? No kidding. You saw her?
Yeah, I saw her. And
How
I
is
said,
she?
you know what? Great job today. Really impressed by your performance. Good job on those 15-footers. And she hardly missed. She said, well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Well, thanks very much for that gossip.
Yep. Always here for the tea. Filling you in. Jeff, no doubt.
Angola, of course, winning this tournament back in 2011, 2013. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. We're in Dakar, Senegal. This is the FIBA Women's Afrobasket, and it's the battle for 5th place between Angola in white and Democratic Republic of Congo in the blue, red, and yellow, the Leopards, as they're also known. And the Leopards sink their claws into that rebound. And Mambenya Teba, who played very well in their comeback win yesterday over Cote d'Ivoire, getting the start today.
Jeff, can I tell you what I did between these two games?
As long as you think it's appropriate.
Yep. I went to the press conference of Egypt. I've never done that before. And I also plucked up the courage, as we see a spin move there and a foul. I plucked up the courage and asked a question. My heart was racing. I was sweating because I'm used to being asked the questions, not asking the questions.
Yeah, but having spoken to you quite a bit, it doesn't take you too much to pluck up your courage to say things that you really want to say.
I know, but I was just proud of myself because
you thought the Egyptian coach was going to yell at you?
Yes.
The missed free throw, not how they want to start.
Either yell at me,
And
but
you were asking a question, I'm guessing, as we look at Muganza missed both free throws, about why Soraya Dehedi didn't play as much.
How did you know?
Because you talked about it all game.
I had to just find out the answer for myself, so I snuck into the press conference and I asked the coach myself.
And I'm guessing
he had a great answer.
I'm guessing, yeah, he had a great answer, as he is the coach and knows his team better than anybody. What was it?
That she struggles on defensive positioning and was very, very tired, no doubt, because she was a scoring machine. But he felt like she was better, as we see Italy Lucas razzle and dazzle and kind of just missed that layup there. We'll see more from her throughout this game, no doubt. But he said that he felt that she was better coming off the bench. I really wanted to grab the mic back and ask, well, isn't that your job to get her in positions to be successful?
If she has a weakness, cover those up so you can have your best offensive player on the court.
Yeah, but I got nervous and gave the mic back. That's enough for me. But nevertheless, well, it was a first for me, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm going to call my mum later and let her know.
As long as he didn't throw anything at you.
Nope.
In the press conference. Well, I'm proud of you. Here is a long shot from the corner. Nope. But the follow from Muganza is good. So Futila misses from deep. And now quickly up ahead it goes as both teams search for that first basket. And Felipe. Nope. Unsuccessful. We had fish and rice today for lunch. That's one of the main staples in these parts, not surprisingly, being by the Atlantic Ocean in Dakar. And Benyateba fouled. No, an offensive foul.
I came up here to tell you about my great news, what I did, and you wasn't even here. So no doubt, there you were at the lunch hall. Should have known better where you should have been. There for your fish and rice. First one in the line.
So the foul was on Muganza. You saw the little collision there. The thing is, as we look at this game that determines fifth place, rankings, points, and pride, when you go into the cafeteria to eat lunch, you meet a lot of different types of people that are going to give you some insight into games. And Daniel misses on the break.
Good hustle there by Felipe.
And there were Senegalese people in there expressing surprise that I was thinking that I had said that Nigeria would win the final.
Really?
Decisively, yeah. They really believe in their team's chances, so good for them. Maybe I've got it all wrong. Nigeria clearly looks better to me than Senegal, but we shall see. It has to be played, and how about that? Felipe coming out and hitting the long jump shot. So it took a while, but Angola, 2.5 minutes into the game, finally have some points. Benyateba out to the corner.
George with the rebound, pushes it, and a steal right back by Congo.
Yeah, that was Ingo Beleza. She gets back on defense well, unlike this player. And Benyateba, but nevertheless they score. And
Mambenga had some great minutes last night as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she had her best game yesterday. And I think that's why she's in the starting lineup.
So
George.
George.
Well, she had that cheek-on-cheek collision with Astu Traore in the quarterfinals, but seems to have shaken that off and has come out and played well since.
Yeah, they headbutted each other, didn't they? But she's here.
Now here is Italy Lucas into the corner. Danielle, it's good. The three-pointer from Rosamira Danielle.
Great pass there from Italy Lucas, right on target.
And now the ball, Muganza's pass goes out of bounds. It's good, Zany, that you've gained a new appreciation for the challenges, or at least one of the challenges of journalism, of getting into the press conference and getting up on the coach and asking a tough question. Nice drive by Daniel off the glass, and she seemed to have that quick step there. Maybe she's not so tired. She can run all night. Here she is again.
Yeah, Angola's looking pretty good.
And the ball thrown out of bounds.
I thought the press conferences have been great here.
They have been.
Actually. And also, I think players get frustrated by journalists asking silly questions, but here they have not. They've really taken into consideration how players or coaches may feel and asking relevant questions.
And
3 seconds
the ball
by
goes
George.
out. Yep, so it's going to go back over to the Congo.
I found a new really appreciation for many things
In
being
Africa.
on this side. Well, in Africa, but being on this side of the court and not being on the court.
Yes. Waganza misses. And here comes George. Felipe back outside to Italy Lucas. She drives in the paint, hands it back off to Felipe, who will go to the line. You've gained more appreciation for Italy Lucas, watching her play when she's got it going well anyway.
It's crazy to me. Look, if we see it here, no, we missed it. But she puts it behind her back twice before she even puts the ball on the floor. Does she think about that before? Does it just come? You know, is that something that...
It's just natural.
It really amazes me.
I think Italy Lucas is a player that has had a basketball in her hands since the age of probably 4.
Yeah, for sure.
3.
The way she takes care of the ball and has great skills with the ball. Probably ask that in the press conference later.
Futilla's shot rims out. Here's Italy Lucas crossing midcourt, bounce pass. And he goes back outside to George. And Matikete in the game, number 20, getting some rare minutes. Hasn't played that much. And Benya Teba misses from deep, but offensive rebound to Congo. She's had a quiet Afrobasket. Congo. And this was Futilla being fouled from behind. So George puts Futilla on the line. 4:14 to go in this first quarter of this 5th place game between Democratic Republic of Congo and Angola. And are you, I guess I don't even have to ask you this. I was going to say, would you say this has been a successful Afrobasket for these two teams? Nice catch.
No.
I think it has, because I having seen what I've seen, I don't think these teams were really good enough to make it into that top 4. So then they won their next game to get to the pre-qualifiers.
I would agree with you on that, but I don't think they've played to their full potential in some of those games. With the game, as they take a timeout here, I'm going to have to look at my book, but the game previous from yesterday for Angola, all their starters had 0 points. Oh, well, 0 from 14 shots. I think they got all their points from the free throw line. So they definitely struggled. And in that case, they fought back yesterday with a thriller, Angola, and they were losing the whole way. So I would then have to agree with you. You're right. They're playing for the right position this stage in the tournament because they're not better than Mozambique. Mozambique looks great last night. Unfortunately, also losing to Senegal in a tough game. Yesterday was a great day of basketball.
Yeah, I think Angola could give Mozambique a good run for their money, but they played well.
I think this is the right standings for them, playing for 5th.
They seem to have offensive issues, Angola.
Yeah.
They get into great positions to score. There's Egypt. The pressure's off. And there's the coach sitting next to Soraya. Oh, is she looking at what he's typing? She's not supposed to do that.
Maybe
They're
she's
all
listening to my wonderful question.
Maybe he was
asked.
tweeting about her. Or Instagramming. like everybody else.
Oh, no.
I did. I sent one out. Did you?
Did you? I don't tweet as much. I'm an Instagram
Did you Instagram anything about Soraya?
Oh, every time.
Tejeri?
When her highlights came
There you
up,
go.
I
See?
reposted them. Not only because of the highlights, but my voice was in the background also.
Oh, was that you? Futila misses from deep, and here comes Manuel. I think where Angola have been lacking is when they get the ball in the lane, instead of going up with soft shots, they tend to throw it up at the basket. And this time they get rejected by Futila, and Manuel is bailed out with a foul, so she will take free throws.
Can't wait to see this one on the replay. I think that was all ball.
I trust the referee because they're in good position,
Okay.
but we'll see. Here
Let's
we
have
go.
a look.
You're right. Look good
I
to me
know a
as
good
well.
block when I see one, Jeff. Don't doubt me. I was the blocking
This
queen.
is probably, it was Makongo's who they called the foul on,
Oh,
so
okay,
they didn't
well,
call it
then
on Futila.
Okay, then that makes sense. You know, I had 5 blocks in one game. Just saying.
Just saying. But how do you know that?
It was a stat. I was the #1 in the Euro Cup.
Okay. It's just kind of odd hearing somebody say that says they don't look at their stats.
I don't, but there was this full big press conference kind of thing, and hey, you're,
Oh, right. Nice one.
you know. But other than other stats, I couldn't tell you how much I scored or rebound or what I did or.
All you cared about was winning.
Yeah.
Throughout your career.
Mm-hmm.
And the free throw is good as Angola continued to build on their lead. Well, Azania, I don't care what they say about you. I think you've done a really good job here this week.
Thank you, Jeff, and you have made my life so easy. Honestly, you are wonderful at your job.
Thank you very much. Nice rebound by Makongo. It seems like the Congolese have awoken, and now they are going at this Angola team. And that happened yesterday. You might remember against Cote d'Ivoire, they were being beaten.
Out-hustled.
Yeah, out-hustled, and Chanel Makongo was hit with an unsportsmanlike foul, and
they
that
turned
just
it on.
seemed to like, okay, if you want to play like that, we're going to come out and beat you. And boy, they turned it around immediately. I don't think Pauline Akonga's done that much in this tournament for a woman of her reputation.
No, she hasn't. But she hasn't really have to score. But I don't know, you're right. I haven't seen her much. I haven't said her name much, so.
Well, that was a foul on Mambenya Teba.
Both teams over the limit here.
Or was it? I'm looking up. Yeah, it was on Mambenya.
This is the first. From now on, any foul, each team will go to the free throw line, so it will be a game of who can hit more free throws than the other team, for sure. And Congo has been one of the better teams of this tournament hitting their free throws, that's for sure. We have seen a poor performance from many teams from the line, really keeping the other teams in the game as Chanel Makongo misses that layup there, gets frustrated with herself.
Illy Lucas, shake and bake, and puts it in. That's her first 2 points. So Angola right now have the wind in their sails, but it seems as if the Congolese have stabilized things a little. Surprised Makongo didn't go for the block there. Were you surprised by that?
Does she have a foul already?
She's not in foul trouble, but now here she is at the line.
Maybe she didn't think she was going to shoot it. That's what she is. She's very sneaky and very deceptive with the ball. She makes the second. We even saw Italy Lucas throw the ball off somebody's behind to get the ball back in and score.
Yes, we did.
That used to frustrate
on
me
the inbounds play. Here's Lucas again. Ball goes out of bounds. Lucas will be able to say how she traveled the world to go play basketball, play professionally in Angola, and then was invited to play for their national team. I sometimes think that people don't realize this extraordinary opportunity that a lot of basketball players like yourself have, and that you get to travel and see the world. Obviously, the downside to that, as Lucas comes out, is that you're away from your home, family and friends, but on the other hand, you get to travel and do things. Here's the Congo.
That's a great opportunity. Basketball has really done a lot for my life. Got me an education, a degree.
Yeah.
Managed to
Daniel misses. Another opportunity.
Travel the world. Make some good money playing also.
And the long jump shot no good. Yep, you've earned your living.
Yep, and now I'm here in my second part of my life. Still.
Transitioning.
Yeah, into basketball still, so wonderful opportunities the game brings to many players.
Good rebound. Final minute of the first quarter. Democratic Republic of Congo have it, the Leopards. And the foul called.
You know what has been consistent for Angola? Their fans and their drumming.
Yes, it has. I'll tell you one thing, just to touch on what you're talking about. When athletes finish playing basketball, you know, what do they do after that? And it is a challenge. You see a Congo making the free throw. It is, you know, oftentimes they're like, what do I do now? You know, a lot of people get involved in the sport or stay involved in the sport. They do different things. And I know that in Europe, FIBA Europe, and its member federations,
they
had something called the Timeout Project, which helped players across Europe go from that transition from sport to work. And it has played to rave reviews. And the final seconds ticking off the clock here in the quarter, and a miss. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Angola, you would think, should be able to finish that play right there at the rim, which they do not. So instead of leading by 7 here at the end of the quarter, they've got a 5-point lead. So 17-12, Angola on top of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Here are the stats for the first quarter. 40% from 2, 4 from 10. If Angola could just finish a few more of those layups, they'll definitely have the lead a bit higher than this. 0 from 3 from Congo, struggling from the three-point line. Hopefully, these teams kind of get going. It seems a little bit scrappy, but we have seen since the first game, this is the 5th game for most of these teams. Really struggling, fatigue, legs will start to feel heavy. So definitely these teams will have to find a spur of energy in the second quarter. Angola is just struggling a little bit to finish twos for me, so they need to just take their time, concentrate, and finish easy buckets.
So good observations. And further to that point that we're talking about, so with FIBA having the timeout program, I had the opportunity to talk to a member of that program, a graduate, Ville Kaunisto from Finland, and he said, listen, you know, basketball players are perfect for what I'm doing. And he was campaigning to run for parliament in Finland.
Is he?
Well, he was.
Why is he perfect?
He did, and now he's in parliament. He won. He won election with the Center-Right National Coalition Party. And he spent his entire career playing basketball, but you know, when you play basketball and you're with different clubs, they're in so many social awareness type programs and going to schools and community organizations, and so it really opens your eyes. But he studied as well as part of the timeout program. So anyway, that's basketball's world governing body, and then the region in Europe. You know, it's all about looking after players, referees, growing the game, all various types of things that you might not know. It's not just about putting on competitions like this. Here's Eusebio.
Yeah, I commend FIBA for having such a program like that. It's really, really good of them. I had a few teammates from Great Britain be on that program, and they spoke highly of it. As Dzeko steals the ball.
And boy, nice to see her back. She kind of disappeared after being their best player, or one of their best players, the first couple of games.
Yeah, I like Dzeko.
It could be that she wasn't feeling well.
It's not always your go-to, Jeff, please. That's excuses.
Okay.
I haven't been feeling well this week, and
sometimes
I've turned
you have
up.
to grind out, dig it out. Nice reply from Ngoisa. And
You haven't been feeling well, Jeff. I saw you down there a couple of days ago.
Yep, I had.
Getting your toes seen to.
Yep.
Sadly, Jeff tripped over in the night.
No,
and,
that is not correct.
No, it is true. Let me tell the story. And had to see the paramedics here at the gym. And yeah, that's how it went. That's how he told me. That is the story. And on to the game we go.
No, I woke
Congo
up early
down
to do some work and speak to my wife, and I kicked something in my room and broke the nail in my toe and drew blood, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to get infected. There is the pass off the hands of Ngoisa out of bounds. And that's another thing, you know. They've got medical personnel here that we've seen move into action a few times. So there's so many different aspects to a basketball game, you know, that you have to cover. Fascinating to see how it all comes together, isn't it? And when those guys aren't having to work, they've got the best seats in the house, the medical personnel. Nice drive and the foul, and Angola will go to the line. Avelina Peso, one of the youngsters in this Angola team. I don't know what you think about her performance in this tournament, but she is one of the young ones who has gotten some quality minutes. She's at the line right now.
Yeah, she's done well. Definitely helps them off the bench. Do you know what I was thinking? You know, we're up high, we're down low, but last night was definitely a benefit to be up high when the fans rushed the court because they were so excited about Senegal's win. We had the best seats.
We could watch it.
Yeah, we're in the safety zone, Jeff. So maybe that was a good thing.
So Peso misses the second, the 21-year-old, but Angola get it back. And now Dzeko, the 18-year-old, has it and gives it back to Peso. And she gets rejected. And that's what you can see with these bigs of Democratic Republic of Congo. When they put their minds to it inside, it seems like they can shut down everything. Watch this. Fatila. I mean, they probably, I'm going to check this right now. I would be surprised if they did not lead the competition in block shots.
I would have to agree.
Coming into today's. Here's Ngoisa. Hands it off to Ngobeleza.
Definitely some life from Congo here.
There's Ngoisa getting in there. Ball goes out of bounds. Well, actually, they're third in blocks with 10 coming into today.
And who's 1 and 2, please?
Which surprises me. So that's 2 a game. I've got a feeling some blocks have been missed in their stats. I can pretty much tell you there have been a couple of games where it's like they've had 10 blocks. It just says they've only got 10 blocks.
Who's 1 and 2?
Senegal and Kenya.
Kenya.
Muchino makes the call.
Nice baseline rip and drive, reverse layup there.
I think Nigeria, just remembering how they completely took apart the Democratic Republic of Congo, have kind of set the standard and shown the way forward of women's basketball in Africa by the way they've approached things. And when I say that, I mean it in terms of how they've played defense.
Yeah.
And they basically said, we're going to win this tournament with our defense.
That's correct.
Now, it's gotten them into the final with convincing wins in all of their games. And the Congo will tell you that, sure enough, it was the defense of Nigeria that really dominated them and let them pull away.
Yeah, because they full court pressed the whole game. They are in tremendous shape. Conditioning is not a weakness of theirs.
And this is the team that does lead the tournament in steals. Now, Ingo Beleza reached in, and there was no foul call, but they've got to hurry. They're going to get it across midcourt. No, they do not, but the referees did not spot it. At least on the shot clock, it said there was 15 seconds.
Good rebound by Ingolisa. And also, not only is Nigeria's defense unreal, their offense is very, very good. They have put up 106 points back as the shot is put up. They put up 106 points versus Cameroon and only let them score 39 points. So a great...
Good pass up the floor by Dzeko. But
great spell or a great show of offense and defense. Nigeria is my favorite to win it. Go back to back.
You're just saying that because one of your best friends is the assistant coach.
Yeah, that too. I'm a bit biased.
Didi Moody.
Didi Mudu.
Yeah, Mudu, former player. And now the turnover goes back over to Angola.
Not only am I biased, I'm just going off what I see, facts.
Yeah, I know. They've been beating everybody by 30 points. And your dark horse to win was Mali, wasn't it?
Yeah. My dark horse.
And then they lost to Nigeria.
Yeah. Maybe if they're on the other side, maybe.
There's Dzeko driving in and crashing the boards, and Ingoisa gets the rebound. So 19-14, and no team has scored. Neither team has scored yet in the second quarter. And we are almost 4.5 minutes in. So the well is dry. Here's a Congo. Well, I was going to say they've come close to scoring, but that was not the case. And look at that. Ingoisa, all she had to do is turn around. The ball was right beside her. Good defense, and again, another.
Yeah, nobody can score here.
That was Mateus who drove in, number 12. Daniel's going to go back in. Coach Paquete, coach from Angola, Apolinario, wondering what's going on with his charges here.
Yeah, definitely need some subs. I talked about this at the beginning of this tournament. As the tournament goes on, you do start to get heavy legs, you get tired, so why not sub? There's a foul, offensive foul there. Why not keep your team fresh by regular and often subs?
And what's interesting is we've now gone past the halfway point of the quarter, and still neither team has scored. Interesting, disturbing, frustrating. Is it because of the defense, or are the teams just not clicking? Pequeno has it, another of the youngsters. Number 17 from Angola.
I like the little one, Pequeno. She was really good. Hopefully she can score. Angola. Yet again, another missed basket as Congo come down. Transition.
Pequeno's 20 years of age. So Giuseppe, Peso, and Pequeno are the young ones. Ball bounces over the heads of Angola, and was she in the shooting motion? She's going to the line. Yes, she was. So it looks like we're going to probably get our first points to the quarter as Manuel goes out.
Good sub there. They need Felipe, the veteran player, to come in and get them some offense.
Oh, still no points.
Maybe you need to get out there, Jeff. Show them how it's done.
And the Congo finally gets it to fall. Here's Pequeno. Oh, left wide. Oh, she missed the layup. She missed the layup. And that just reinforces what I was saying earlier, how Angola, they do a good job of getting the ball in the lane and into position to score, and then they just really kind of throw the ball up there, and they just miss badly. And that's what Nigeria do not do. If they are anywhere close to scoring, they're putting the ball in the basket.
They sure are.
In addition to their defense.
That's how you put up 100+ points, Jeff. You put the ball in the basket.
Well, the turnover.
Which these two teams are definitely not in this quarter.
Another scrap.
Well, Jeff, I definitely don't think you're going to get your 10,000 steps today. That's for sure. Those dance moves were out of control. Maybe you stand up as you're yawning and start dancing to this Angolan drum line.
Oh, no, I wasn't yawning. I was just stretching my mouth.
Excuse
Here
me.
we go. Driving in. Nope. And no joy there.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty good for me.
Well, you don't want to be taking hits this time of the tournament. Congo goes down. George back in the game, guarding Ingo Beleza. Congo now hits a three. How about that?
Hopefully this last 2 minutes 46 we can see a little bit more of that. Nothing but net for Congo. Now Angola just needs to find their offense.
It's gone a long time without points, Angola, and they get it in, still can't get it to go. Now the pass, goes off of the hands of Betty Kalanga. Lee Lucas shaking, passing. Reaching in and fouling is Betty Kalanga.
She puts her hand up there, she knows it. Actually hit heads with Felipe there. Well, hopefully offense can come from the line. Sure doesn't.
Nope, she misses that one.
It's usually easy money for Felipe there. So definitely a lack of concentration.
Gosh. They are struggling.
And still in the game. 1 point game.
And Congo thought she'd scored with the putback. Instead, she got hit in the head. Angola still starting to wonder if they're going to score this quarter. It's 19-18. They still haven't. And we are now in the 9th minute of this 10-minute second quarter.
You know what I'm doing at halftime is Chanel puts up the shot and hits it. I'm going to take off the lid off the baskets for both teams.
Chanel Congo. George goes baseline over to Daniel. We were talking about how they will look back on this as being a successful FIBA Women's Afrobasket with Congo hitting that 3, but it does make you wonder if you can look at this performance in this quarter.
Sharpen up on a few things.
Yeah.
That's for sure. How about scoring easy layups?
Apolinario Paquete pulls Makuto out.
Do you know how you practice scoring layups, Jeff?
Yeah. You go to the hardwood and you practice. You run in and take them.
They also get out a big.
Oh.
See if she hits this.
Yes! Kayolo.
They get out this big padded pad and they hit you with it and get physical with you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
While you're taking it.
While you can take a shot, so you can practice finishing with contact. That's how you practice layups. I've had many years of that.
Was that at Florida that did that?
Everywhere. In Europe, with my Great Britain team, you know what they used to do with Great Britain? He makes, as they shoot the shot there, and they're on fire.
Wow. And this Congolese team has taken the lead.
Goodness.
24-19. Angola have not scored in the second quarter, and there's only 22 seconds remaining. Illy Lucas, can you believe it? The 2 finally, thankfully, she hits it.
She's definitely practiced her threes. 8 seconds remaining.
Congo. That's how it finishes. A very disappointing quarter, especially for Angola, who now trail 24-21 against the Democratic Republic of Congo in the battle for 5th place at the FIBA Women's Afrobasket 2019 in Dakar. Okay, well, it has been a, you know what, we haven't really said this, but it is at the end of the tournament for both of these teams. They've already accomplished the main thing, which was yesterday, of getting to the pre-qualifiers. Now they're battling for 5th place and rankings points.
And here we see stats, 1 from 7 from the three-point line for Congo. Only shooting 25% from the 2 for Angola and 35, so both teams struggling. Congo's winning the rebound battle with 26, and Angola's got 4 steals. George there has been having a pretty good tournament in the last couple of days with 5 points, and Akanga with 9. And both teams kind of struggling. Congo finally kind of warmed up there at the end of the second, finishing some layups. But I was saying before, with my national team, my coach would make one of the physio staff stand on a chair, and we would have to shoot over a 9 to 11 foot man.
All right.
That's how you finish too. I don't think teams are practicing their layups.
I thought you were going to say he would take the physio
Yeah.
and hit you with like some type of cushion or whatever.
Yeah, they would do that too.
But then the same physio then would bring you back to life.
Yeah, I would need him after practice. But he would stand up, so we were shooting over 11-foot hands. That makes you, you know, have to concentrate and focus on finishing. There's many things you can do that these teams need to work on.
I used to, in my driveway real quick, before we go back home, we had a tree that grew had branches that grew over the driveway.
Yeah.
And instead of cutting those so it wouldn't impede the shot, I would learn to shoot over them.
That's good. That's
Yep.
like defense right
That
there.
was pretty good. It was like that baseline jumper that we saw from Awad, Manatala Awad.
Well, there you go. You can
Maybe
bring
that's what
some
she's got in Turkey.
branches involved.
Exactly. That's right. Branching out and trying new techniques. So great insight, as always, from Azania Watson, formerly Azania Stewart. We are at halftime, and it is 24-21, Democratic Republic of Congo over Angola. We'll be right back. Kalu fakes the pass. Oh, what a shooter's roll there. Costa gets swatted.
Really great block. Good timing by Steve.
Ooh, shaking and baking. Maiga. Traore banks it in. Wow.
That was a lovely turn of events for Mali there.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark of a thriller, a semifinal. Costa drives in.
And foul.
And fouled. What a tremendous play. Oh, wow. Kalu took it away from Tuti Gandega. Oh, she gets rejected by Traore. Get that out of here, she says. 24-21, Democratic Republic of Congo on top at halftime. Angola and the battle for 5th place. So what do you think, Azani? What are the chances of the Congolese holding on to this?
Well, they are the better team finishing right now. They had a nice spur there at the end of the second, managing to put 3 or 4 baskets in, where Angola is still just struggling to get some sort of offensive possession and play going. But I don't know, this game is up in the air still. We have seen Angola yesterday come back from being down so many points and getting the win. And there's your time to shine, Jeff.
Kind of illustrates the struggles of Angola when the player that you highlight has 5 points as their leading scorer. They just have really struggled to get any offense. Had just 2 points in the second quarter, Angola. I'm breathing heavily because I was doing some workouts.
I did see you sprint up
during
those stairs.
halftime.
Are you trying to get your steps in? Or are you
Yep.
just trying to get a workout in? It's pretty difficult because we do sit a lot. Today's only our first game, only having 2 games, but the last couple of days we have had 4 back-to-back-to-back games. So we try and change it up. We dance up here. We do.
I don't know if you noticed, but I also went and had a word with some of the players and teams that were here watching the game.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
What did you say?
Just wanted to ask some questions about some of the Egyptian players that were there, about their experience in the USA. And it was all very positive.
Nice. I think I'm going to go back to the press conference of this game. You know what my question is going to be?
This one is not so obvious.
How do you improve your layup percentage
Yeah, that's a good point. Good
going
point.
forward?
Because they have missed a lot of easy ones.
Probably sit down and catch your breath now.
Also went to see the FIBA Africa, the FIBA website workers here churning out the stories.
Oh, the social media crew?
The legends. Yep, they're doing a good job of making sure when you go to FIBA.basketball, you get plenty of news and information on the Afrobasket. And now a trip and a foul. Also others that haven't even come to this tournament doing a lot of work. I know Julian Chatunda, for example, has done a lot of great work over the years for FIBA, interviewing players and whatnot. Here is a trip and a foul. So Kayolo picks up the personal.
Yeah, Felipe there just kind of hurts her toe as she gets tripped up there.
Wow. 3-pointer. Well, you know what? They might have struggled. They've already surpassed their points total with that 3-pointer from the second quarter. Lucas can turn it on if she wants to. Congo, great rebound by her. Congo misses from deep. But what I will say is that when I was down walking along courtside, look at Lucas hitting this. There were a couple players on that Angola team that looked absolutely
beat.
Yeah, like really tired. 3-pointer.
Well, that would explain
the lack of
missing some easy shots. Like I said, we are 5 games into this tournament.
Oh, look at Manuel. I think you already went down and spoke to them and asked them, why can't you make a layup? Because that was a strong move, and she just gave you the answer. You got to go hard to the basket.
That they do. Well, I'm glad to see both teams coming out. There's a foul there, shooting much better percentages in this third quarter.
In fact, it was Manuel was the one that was looking tired, but she looked good on that move to the basket.
Do you know what might be my next job that I might try? ask the cameraman here to the right. I really want to have a go at filming.
Well, if you want to do it for a minute, ask him, and I'll just take over.
All right.
Italy Lucas. Oh, crossover. Now hands it off again to Manuel. She goes hard to the basket. It's almost as if Apolinario Paquete said, if you want to be in this national team, you need to show me that you want it. I want to see you go hard to the basket, because she's done it twice in a row. And both times, positive results have occurred, even though the intimidating presence of these tall players of the Congo are right in front of them. This player right here, Manuel, has taken it right at him.
Shame she can't finish the first. This is the second. Chanel gets another rebound as they push down on the transition offensive side. Can I tell you the other job that I've tried at this tournament also? And she takes a shot.
Oh, the three-pointer. So drilling it was Mambenya Teba. Yep, whenever you want to. There's Felipe. You tell me what you want to tell me, and I'll listen as Chanel Mokongo gets the rebound.
Well, it got exciting there for once, so I couldn't speak. Photography, I took the cameraman on the baseline, and she takes another shot. Tries her luck.
Look at Mokongo keeping it alive. Chanel Mokongo, but now comes Eusebio. Skip pass, Italy Lucas.
Yeah, I had a go at photography. There's some great FIBA photographers here, and I asked him if I could kindly use his very heavy camera. It was at least a couple kilograms.
Oh, the bank shot is good. The bank is open for Sephora Kayolo. That would have been a good photograph of that.
Yep.
Saturday in the bank. Yep, those guys work hard. They've got a lot of equipment they've got to carry around. Here is Felipe missing down low. Mambenya Teba, she thought about another one. How about Mokongo? Yes! She has got a soft touch from outside, doesn't she?
She sure does. That's in her repertoire, as well as great post moves. Congo stringing it together. A fair few great plays on offense here. Banking in a three-point shot. Felipe getting the ball down low.
Here she is again, and Mokongo does a great job getting the hands up. But a foul was called. Watch this again. Oh no, from that angle, the body. And sometimes you just have to sacrifice yourself. George takes a seat. And Felipe, who drove in and got the contact, goes to the line, pulls Angola closer. But I feel like if they don't act now, this thing can get away from them. The way the Congolese have played the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, definitely stepping up on offense, Congo.
Congo cross court. Danielle disrupted the pass, but the ball went off of her and out of bounds. Mambenya Teba. Another three, grazed the outside of the net. Is that Diba? No, that was Kalanga. Good job, Mambenya Teba. Nope, a foul was called. She must have gotten her.
And then hustle play between those two players there. I think Italy comes up limping a little bit. So no fall down here. Look.
Ooh.
She gets her leg stuck.
The Congo fell on her left leg. She went down. Do you think she's going to come out?
No.
She looks a bit bruised over there. She does have some padding, I think, on both legs, including knee pads. Can you see?
Yep. Definitely will help.
Futila comes back in, and Kalanga goes out. Italy Lucas tries to go baseline. Paulina Congo gets in her way and picks up the foul. And Italy Lucas makes the first. Would you venture to say that she will end up being the game's leading scorer today?
Yeah, potentially.
She's got 7 now.
Make it 8.
8, so she's got a team high 8 points. Akonga has 9 points.
Here with the press, trying to speed Congo up. Maybe look here, Italy Lucas chasing after the trap. They get out of it. They just look up. They'll find the open player.
Carissa hands it off to Mambenya. Teba. Oh, she got it to Koyolo, but Koyolo didn't catch it. Eusebio has been quiet today, hasn't really launched anything to speak of. She usually lets it fly from the arc. Now, Manuel goes strong, good hustle, but stepping out of bounds was Felipe. Wonder how long Felipe will keep playing. She's one of the veterans of Angola.
How young is she, Jeff?
If memory serves me correctly, 37?
Wow,
Is it?
she?
Yeah.
She looks great.
Italy Lucas was challenged.
She needs to get back on defense. Can't be jogging back there. There's still the ball. Cherry pick, cherry pick.
Yeah, and this, look at her, unselfishly hands it off to Daniel.
That's the best thing she could do. She did not get back on defense, so good job for her passing it off.
Yeah, what if she had turned? I bet you Soraya, the heady, would have turned around and tried to shoot it. Mambenya Teba drives in, tries the little wraparound pass. .438 to go, 32 apiece. Good play, Italy Lucas. This time she's got her teammate up ahead. She lays it off for Daniel, and another basket. And Kimba calls timeout over on the Congolese bench. Great play, those two teaming up on consecutive trips down the floor. Angola lead at 34-32. And Daniel now has 9 points, as does Lucas as the leading scorers. And Lucas has also picked up her first couple of assists on those last 2 plays.
Sois un peu patient. Sois intimidé.
Ten fast break points for Angola. You saw they have also the 7 steals, and the team that digs deep and comes up with that little bit extra on the defensive end could go ahead and win this game.
Great job by Angola there, turning over Congo, getting some easy, fast break points, and ultimately back into this game. We have seen Angola make a comeback only just yesterday as they steal the ball.
Yep, that was Felipe pushing it away. Lucas for three. Good! You see, it was good karma that she waited and handed the ball off to her teammates. The basketball gods like that. And now foul. How many threes does Italy Lucas have now?
3.
3 in the game. So, no, 2 of 5.
Oh, is it 2 she's made? If they're 2 of 5, then she's made 2.
But coming in, she had hit 10 of 27. So 12 of 32, not bad at all. Acceptable percentage. About 33%. Oh, nobody boxes out Futila, but she missed it.
Shot with the right hand on the left hand side, Jeff. That is what gets me angry.
Lucas again. 2 of 6 now from deep, but great play by Daniel. Now Eusebio, that's her spot. But she was short.
Definitely might need some anger management after this tournament, Jeff. Yeah? Thumbs up.
Oh, because you're frustrated by some of the things that you've seen?
Yeah, it stresses me out. I guess I still have the passion in that way.
You want to see better shooting?
Yeah.
Mambenya Teba.
Everything.
Ngoisa hands it off. Yep, but again, it's the last day, so.
Yeah, I know.
Although I know you've been struggling to watch some of the basketball. A lot of it's been really good. Here is Futila.
And no doubt tomorrow will be great semi-final in the 3rd and 4th position as she thinks about shooting the 3.
Lucas goes up. She heard the whistle. She goes to the line. She thought she had a 3-point play, but she'll settle for the 2 free throws in this battle for 5th place. First one is good from Italy Lucas.
Lovely shot there. Buried that one. Did she do the same? Yep. The exact same, nothing but net. And they full court press a little bit here. Gonna try and speed up the Congo. Good defense by Angola.
Another one. And just finding that little bit extra gear here is Italy Lucas, and it's making all the difference. Look at that. Offensive rebound and putback. 41-32. And Coach Kiemba over there on the sidelines. You can see him standing in front with his red shirt. He turned around, looked at his players.
Hey, we might need to hit our electrician next to us and tell him to dance. He's fallen asleep. This game is getting more exciting.
Here we go. It's
bang.
Good jump shot from Kalanga. Now the pass to Felipe. Again, over to Pequeno, who's in there. But misses. 7-point lead. Ngobeleza and Kalanga. Now Ngoisa, and she's fouled. So free throw is coming. You know, Italy Lucas played for the USA at the under 18
Did she?
level. Yeah, but did very well. And she also left UNC Chapel Hill having averaged 16.2 points, 2.6 assists, 3.1 rebounds in the 2010-2011 season.
Yeah, I remember playing her at the high school level, actually.
She also played for the USA at the under-19s because they qualified by winning the under-18. That was in Bratislava in 2007. And she was the second-round pick in the WNBA.
Angola misses the second free throw. Angola bounce it out of bounds on the baseline there, and Congo gets another chance at the basket to come back. They are actually losing. Travel doesn't get
Mambenya.
called.
Good hands by Felipe, and then Pequena, unsportsmanlike, has been called on Kalanga. It seemed a bit. Watch this. Watch the turnover. It's just going to go in. Yeah. I can see. Let's put it this way. I can see why she called it.
Okay.
Would I have called it?
No.
I don't know.
Nope.
But I can see why she called it.
We get to ride with the referees back home. We can ask them as many questions as we would like on that 50-minute ride back to the hotel.
Well, Pequena misses the free throw, and she's got a nice future, but just needs to work on her offense a little bit. Her shooting, Pequena.
Front rim was the second. They do get the ball back as it was a unsportsmanlike.
Daniel. Oh, boy, that was a sweet, tough drive. Did you notice she scored with the right foot, right hand?
Yep. Not a high percentage shot on the left-hand side, but either way, we'll take all the baskets we can get if I'm Angola.
Oh, beautiful dump by Mambenya, and Fatilla's fouled. Take your pick. I think it was Felipe, but they may call it on Daniel. Oh, no, it was on Daniel. She really came down hard on him. That was the shot with the right hand by Daniel. Almost turned it over there. Ridley Lucas from deep. Three-point attempt. And Lucas up ahead to Daniel. And she led her just that little bit too much. Two shots coming after the foul. Good hustle. Daniel got back. She's brought some energy, Daniel, I'll have to say. And now Lucas. Final seconds ticking off the clock, and she's not even going to try. So that's it at the end of the third quarter. It's Angola have surged back in front, but still a lot of work to do. They are on top 43-38 against the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Here we have the third quarter stats. Angola 32% from the 2, still kind of struggling from the 3-point line, but Italy Lucas has hit some. And then 31% from Congo, 8 from 26, still missing a fair few easy shots. And I say the Congo here maybe think about changing some defensive maybe situations or plans, maybe thrown in that zone that they've worked on throughout the tournament and got lots of turnovers from. Maybe a press, try and rattle and speed up Angola here as they are leading, but Angola not in front by far, so really still with 1 quarter left, this is anyone's game to win.
Well, Italy Lucas and Angola up by 5 points on the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I dare say I think we're going to have a few more twists in the tail in this one as these teams get to the finish line of their FIBA Women's Afrobasket 2019 campaigns. Chanel Makongo back in the game. Mbenge Teba goes up, and Maputo gets the rebound, hands it off to Pequeno. Italy Lucas over to Maputo. Back outside to Lucas. Good pass, and nice drive by Daniel. Lucas and Daniel have been teaming up in the second half and have really made the difference.
Definitely the 1-2 punch for Angola. That's a good offensive possession for them. Also, Congo did switch into their zone there that I talked about maybe changing up to.
And good drive. Was that Makongo that got that basket?
Sure did. Chanel Makongo, number 10.
Oh, good defense. Futila knocking it away from Lucas, and an unsportsmanlike has been called on Felipe.
I'm with Felipe there. Why? I make a play at the ball, no? It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't that she grabbed her hand. Please, I would like to see a replay.
Yeah, that one will be... Oh.
Yeah, makes a play at the ball.
Yeah, she kind of ran into her, though. Not really. It was a half-hearted watch. No, not on this one.
That's a good finish there that I don't mind seeing again. So what if she bumps into her? That's allowed.
Maybe I should say she collided with her.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
So she makes the free throws, and now the lead is 45-42, and sure enough, it's game on. They could even tie it. Good job by Felipe knocking it away. Now Pequeno, is she going to take it all the way? Oh, I think Congo almost traveled. Nevertheless, Muganza now back to Conga. And Muganza going for it. Muganza Nyoto. And here is Italy Lucas. Oh, what a pass. What a pass. Put that on the highlight reel.
Sure will.
Nice finish. It's well by Maputo.
Great recognition from her to bring the ball to the right because she knew her offensive player was right down the right-hand side.
Muganza drives in and takes the bump.
On the floor, that foul was, so she won't have shots. The sideline play. Oh, offensive foul. Sorry, excuse me.
Wow. I did not see that. Here it is again, watch. Well, it's almost a no call, isn't it? What would you say?
Referees are tired.
Well,
it's a long tournament for them. Either way, Angola's ball. They need some good offense here to extend this lead. And a nice block by Chanel Makongo. Get that out of here. And then a foul with 5 seconds on the clock. Unlucky there for Congo. Look at that. Great block by her.
There goes Makuto again. Well, they're getting some good shots going to the basket. Makongo for 3. Three-pointer. Oh, Danielle's trying to carry him to victory. Angola up 7.
Congo don't need to shoot threes. They've got plenty of time.
They do, but Congo's going to put them up anyway. And nice hustle down low by Eusebio. Did she step out of bounds or was she fouled? She was fouled.
Congo don't need to rush their offense. There's still a lot of time left. Over 6 minutes and 46 seconds. They don't need to just throw up the 3. They're not that down by many points. They should take their time, run a good offensive play there, but instead they take 2 quick 3-point shots and Angola come down the other end.
Nice job, Pequeno, getting away from a Conga. She's open, so she's going to put it up. And the rebound comes back. Now, she doesn't have to go in. There she goes. She passes to Eusebio. And then a blocking foul, Ningo Beleza. Daniel again, bounce pass. How about the commitment Angola have made to getting good shots, to making those bounce passes? And Makuto's been earning a living driving to the basket all of a sudden.
A really nice offensive possession here. Nice little bounce pass. Good catch by her. Great finish. And ultimately gets rewarded with the foul. And at the line, can she finish, Jeff? Yes, she can. A lovely little shot there. Great rotation on the ball.
Chanel, the Congo, shot clock about to expire. What are they waiting on? And a foul called right at the end of that drive on Felipe.
No, that was such a great defensive play. Let me see this. Yep. No. They had less than a second. It was on 0.2. Nevertheless, they missed the free throw anyway.
Well,
undisciplined foul, but you can afford it. Misses the second. She gets the rebound. Felipe here. Angola back on the run.
how about Danielle? Well, you know what? If you're not going to make your free throws, you're not going to win, especially in the fourth quarter. Ball goes out of bounds. Drive, they're going to count it. They would have. Instead, it's 2 free throws. You think they've done enough? Do you think they're going to hold on now?
I think
Congo.
so. I think so, but
That is going to be on. Is it Makongo or Magonzo? It looked like Magonzo fouled her, but
no, Chanel Makongo, her
she's
fifth.
fouled out. Wow.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice that she had 4.
Yep.
I think they've done enough to get over the finish line, but there's still a very long time left in the game. But not if Felipe keeps hitting her free throws. And a steal here.
Yep. Daniel seems to have found an extra burst of energy from somewhere. Here she is. She thinks about it. They're passing it around. Sabio, Makuto. Ooh. Wow! I was like, not what you want, and then she makes it.
Great offense.
She's had a big fourth quarter.
Angola's doing a good job running their plays all the way through to get the perfect open shot, which they do, and they execute finally.
Well, they've opened up a 14-point lead. I'm starting to feel like there's no way back. Maganza makes the easy one down low. That's now a 12-point deficit, so there's still time, but they need stops now. Funny how Angola couldn't do anything offensively in that second quarter, but here they are running some decent stuff. And the three-pointer from Danielle, who quite clearly is going to end up being the leading scorer of the game.
How old was she, did you say? 21? 20?
Rosamira Danielle is, let me tell you, .25.
Oh, really? Nice shot there by Ingolisa.
Ingoisa, yeah.
She's
Good.
25.
Not Ingoisa.
No.
Daniel.
Danielle.
Yeah, 25.
She looks younger than that.
Eusebio.
She looks like 19. She has a baby face.
Manuel's going to check in for Felipe. Here's Eusebio. Still plenty of time, and Eusebio takes the bump. There's no need for that. If you're Ingo Beleza, or if you are whoever you are in that Bisok, excuse me, it was Bombolo. Now Bombolo. And you put Eusebio at the line. Unfortunately, she's missed the free throw, but you're down 13.
And their team. That puts your team over the limit. So now Angola will be in the bonus for the rest of this 3 minutes 48. But it doesn't matter if they can't execute from the free throw line.
Well, the push on Angola, and gives it back. Angoisa. Bombolo.
And an offensive foul there.
13 points, the difference, and you wonder if that's done it. Kuto hands it off to Daniel, who gets blocked, and now they've got a wide open layup if they just look ahead, but they couldn't get it up. Maganza, beautiful pass to Ngoisa. Another bump. 2:48. Well, I don't think they need to give up the ghost yet, actually. 11. They suddenly appear do the Congolese to have discovered for themselves some nice offensive movement. And now it's all down to getting stops, but you can't foul. That said, Angola have not been making free throws.
Yep. That
But
one they
she
do.
has. It's 1 of 2, so I guess it was worth it as long as they go down and score. Making sure. Ooh. And that's right. 8-second violation. Look, 15 on the shot clock.
Great job by Angola getting another possession. They're just doing all the right things right here. The clock winds down to the end. Italy Lucas sure knows how to get to the finish line.
She does indeed, and it's 62-48. 16 points for Italy Lucas. And the rebound by Muganza, but now the clock becoming the enemy. Bombolo, this battle for 5th place and ranking points. Well, good block from Makuto. And Makuto herself has been pretty good in the 4th quarter. So the lead now 16 with 1:48 remaining. And Ingo Beleza. The problem with Congo really in this tournament has been they kind of drift in and out. I mean, sometimes they have a very good idea of what their coach wants, and then other times they just lose their way.
Yeah, and I would also have to put Angola on that same bus of drifting in and out.
Yep.
Or that same ride on that roller coaster, shall I say, with also Egypt, also Ivory Coast, these 4 teams that we've seen today. Hence why this is where they are in the tournament.
Okay, yeah. I don't have any problem with that.
Thank you.
Free throw shooting has been poor for both teams, but Italy Lucas getting in there, and even the crowd enjoying watching Italy Lucas here in her final minute and a half of FIBA Women's Afrobasket. You know, I posed a question to you about, what was it, 15 minutes ago. Could or would she finish as the game's leading scorer?
It's either her or Daniels, isn't it?
And let me see here.
Nice shot from her.
Yep.
That's definitely going to help her high scoring of the game.
Yeah, surprisingly, she's actually got more than Daniel now. 17, 18 points.
Just by those shots?
Yep.
Guess I owe you.
A fish.
Yep.
Here is.
You know what word I like? It's abysmal.
Yeah.
And I have not used that. Yeah, I might have to add that to my commentary. Let me just see if she makes these free throws, and then I can use it.
Pequeno now at the line to put an exclamation mark on this second half performance.
Well, that one was fantastic. She made that shot.
And that one as well.
Marvelously done.
Gobeleza off the back of the iron. And Lucas, the pass up ahead to Daniel. I think Lucas is cognizant of the fact that there's some dancing Angolans down there in the right corner of the TV screen.
I think so.
And she wants to give them one more thrill.
Well, they surely did enough, Jeff.
So she's got to launch it, and she does not. They're going to have to turn it over.
That's fine.
So 68-48, Angola have just blown the doors off the hinges here in the fourth quarter.
You know what else I like? When you say Daka. That's my favorite. We always start the show by you saying that.
What do I say?
Daka. We're here in the Daka arena. I'm just learning from you, Jeff. Sorry. You are very good at your job, so every day is a learning curve for me.
You're right. You're right.
I also enjoyed the Australian commentary today, watching Australia versus Canada. So
yeah, that
they
was
look
good.
Great.
It's a good job, mate.
But also great was Angola, and Italy Lucas finishes with the ball there.
Indeed, that's how it finishes. So the battle for fifth place ultimately won by Angola, Italy Lucas, and Rosamira Danielle, and Luisa Makuto, and the veteran Felipe, all doing the job, and Pequeno, Eusebio, all doing the job at the end. Angola wins 68-48 over the Democratic Republic of Congo. Well, they came, they saw, and they finished what they started to do, which was have a spot in the pre-qualifiers. They thought they might be good enough to get to the podium, but they weren't sure, and ultimately they were not. They come unstuck against the host nation, and but they finished fifth, and they earned a spot in the pre-qualifiers.
Yeah, and here's the stats: 40% from two, and only 25% from three. Congo also struggling, 43 rebounds for Angola, but Congo beating them with 46 steals, 13 for Angola is really where the game was won. Turnovers also 24 for Congo, also where Angola was able to capitalize on them. The leaders, Lucas, you said she would end up being the high scorer of 18 there. Congo on the other side with 9. But it was all about Angola once they figured out how to put the ball in the basket. They struggled at times, but so did Congo in the long run. Top scorers you see there yet again. For me, Angola was the best team, but if they want to get better and be potentially a medal holder, I think they need to work on their consistency. As Italy Lucas there with fans, she's definitely one of the fan favorites. That was quite a lovely hug and kiss, but they definitely cheering here. They've come every day for their game.
Has she given up her shoes to that young man? I love it.
Has she?
Well, he's holding a pair of shoes.
Oh, that is so nice of her.
Maybe not. Maybe
signing them? No. He has.
Oh, yes,
He's crying.
She has. She has given it to him.
Oh my gosh, that's
moment.
special.
Well, he came all this way, and she said, "I want to thank you for coming." So a lovely moment for him and for Angolan basketball and African basketball. I mean, these are the little things that happen where you have to appreciate
how fortunate you are. Yeah.
You have to appreciate. Well, you have to appreciate how. You know, these players, they give up a lot to play for the national teams, but they gain a lot, and that's part of both, really. I mean, she's given up a pair of shoes, but she's also gained a lot. She's felt the love of her adopted countrymen and was moved so much that she gave him her shoes. So watch out, don't step on Italy's toes. Magnificent.
That's a class act.
I know you brought a lot of clothes here that you're going to give away to people, the basketball stuff.
Yeah, I brought a lot of stuff to donate here. I just think it's so important when you come back to countries like this who aren't as fortunate as ourselves. It's always good to give back. So I brought some of my old clothes and basketball shoes and stuff to, you know, help and give back. So good for Italy Lucas there. As you saw the fan get down and really in tears. Here they are in the...
You did. You're right.
Here they are in the cameras dancing.
So
well deserved.
There's Italy Lucas. It's been a wonderful moment playing for her country again. She played at the Afrobasket 2017. So these are the results from today. Egypt finishing 7th by beating Cote d'Ivoire, and now Angola winning 68-48 over the Democratic Republic of Congo to finish 5th. And tomorrow will be the third place game. Yep. That'll be between Mali and Mozambique, and then the final between host Senegal and Nigeria. Thanks for watching, everybody.